they're facing that wall. So whatever they're facing, they really want to be on that other side of that wall.
Yeah, they're real attracted.
Yeah, they were so attractive to this wall that they didn't even notice when I got like super like personal with them, and like I tried to touch one of these flies with my finger. They didn't care at all. They didn't move. They didn't flinch. They
didn't fly around. They just stayed on the wall. Like if they were like
they
tacks or
they
something?
didn't. Yeah, they didn't fly around. They didn't move. They were just there. It looked like like those stickers that you got right there. Those butterflies. They were just stuck there. And so like I'm freaking out, right? So I call my roommate over. I'm just like, dude, at first I was pissed, right? Because I thought when I saw the first one, I thought like, oh, she left the door open and now there's like a couple flies in there, and then that's when I noticed that there was multiple flies.
Yeah.
And so like I'm just kind of like, at the time I wasn't really scared. I was when I first saw them. When I went to go touch them, that's when it kind of freaked me out a little bit, because it's like, this isn't a normal fly. Right? He doesn't give two shits about me at this point. And most flies do, they fly as soon as you get like even like this close. They're just like, they fly.
How close? Because people that are listening to the podcast,
within
range, within their range,
yeah,
within their bubble,
within the normal range, the statistics,
Only the people on YouTube could see you.
Yeah, like within like 2 feet, and they fly. That you just swat near the vicinity, and they tend to fly away. I mean, I didn't swat at them, so maybe I should have tried that tactic. Yeah. But
you probably could have just picked them, and just put them in a jar.
I mean, maybe
they were like if they were hypnoptized or something.
Put little fly cuffs on them and send them on their way.
Yeah,
it's the paddy wagon. No, and so I bring over my my ex roommate, right, and she is terrified because she believes in like demons and ghosts and all that stuff. Yeah. And I'm like whatever. I mean, I'm a believer or so. I mean, I want to believe. That night kind of made me a believer of something, because it was just too freaky. So she was just like, and she's the type of person that like, if she sees something and she's like, no, fuck that, like let's just leave it alone, and like, let's just go over here and do what we were doing. I don't remember what we were doing. We were just go and do what we were doing, and just never mind that. I literally called her like 2 days ago, like, because I was curious, like, dude, what did we do after we saw those flies? She doesn't remember a thing. I don't remember what happened after that. I don't know. Like that's what's freaky, is like I remember everything before.
But after, just nothing?
Yeah, but after, like, I don't remember what we did or how we slept. I was just like, dude, did I go back in that room to go? I mean, I don't think I did, because that was kind of creepy. I remember being creeped out afterwards. She's like, nah, dude, I wouldn't let you in there. Like, I think you probably slept on the floor, or you slept somewhere else. We didn't leave. I know that much for sure. But at the same time, like, I can't guarantee that, because I don't remember. But I don't remember going anywhere.
And what happened to the flies? Did they, like,
well, see, that's the funny part, That's the part that just to this day I cannot explain. This is like my only the word I'm looking for. I don't know. My conclusion is that I got mind freaked that day. Because when Angel came in and took all the flies. Yeah, one of them, dude. Like it was freaky.
He was on
because
the wall.
well, because like when I woke up in the morning, because I remember. Okay, I don't remember going to sleep or whatever, but I remember.
Maybe you fell asleep on a couch or something?
I don't know, but I remember being like awake in the morning, going to my room and seeing if the flies were still there, and they were all gone. There wasn't a trace that even one was left behind. There wasn't no dead bodies. Like I would have been okay.
No fly left behind.
Yeah, like I would have been okay with with dead flies on the ground, But there was no flies. There was no trace that they were even there. So either these were ninja flies or magic flies.
ninja flies.
But they were just gone. The next day, not. I mean, I was kind of relieved because I don't want no flies left behind. But
yeah.
But at the same time, I was a little bit terrified because there was none left behind. And even when there's like. Yeah, five flies. There's always you always see more just pop out.
Yeah, and they'll be flying around the house. They're not just gonna be stuck on the wall somewhere.
Yeah, there was none, no flies. We checked everywhere, every little crevice, and we checked. We pulled out my bed because it's like, well, maybe they're under there. I don't know. Like, let's just look, man, like we got to figure this out. And she was scared because she's like, just leave it alone, man. But at the same time, she's like, well, I want to know if they're there too, just to see, man. Just like, but she's one of those, just leave it alone, and hopefully it goes away. And it went away, you know. And then eventually she went away too, because it was time for her to go. and
was it like after? Was it like right after that happened? Or?
Yeah, no. Well, it wasn't right after that happened. It was like sometime after that. You know,
okay.
she ends up leaving, so she didn't. So she didn't get the second half of the story. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because so I was getting my facts straight when I was telling you the story, because I threw 2 parties that year. Mm-hmm. I threw my first one, and then I threw my second one, because that's how it happens, you know. Mm-hmm. And the first one was cool, right? So I invited people from work. Yeah. And there was this one girl named Tracy that I was working with at the time, mm-hmm. and she was cool. She brought a really hot friend. And, you know, I wanted more hot chicks. So, you know, and she's the type of person she was like doing stuff. And, you know, the party was getting started. It was a little bit lame. It picked up towards the end once they left. You know, it picked up afterwards. But before that, when she was still there, you know, I was telling her, like, dude, like, I have this crazy neighbor. Like, she runs around like constantly, like, above me.
Oh, yeah, up on top?
Yeah, like, because I was, like, on the first floor and she was on the second. Dude, this chick was whacked out of her mind. Like, she would just, like, all throughout the whole day, she would just hear, like running around in a circle. Like, she was a fucking cat bored out of her mind. She was just running around. You would just hear her stomping, dude. And I would talk to the maintenance guy, and he was like, dude, this chick is fucking freaky, man.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
even the maintenance guy was like,
yeah, he was scared, man. He's like, dude, like when I was in there fixing her toilet or whatever, like, I closed the door. She was just freaked out, because, like, dude, because, like, I was like, why? It's like, because, dude, every time, like, she would run around, and then she would come towards the bathroom, and she would laugh, and then she would run around again. It was what? She was psycho. She was like, she wasn't right in the head, man. And I was like, dude, that's what I've been trying to tell you guys. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was to the point. It was funny because, like, my roommate came back to visit, and she left Chinese food on my seat, and I thought it was the crazy lady that broke in and left Chinese food there, because it smelled like really bad. I was like, dude, why does my apartment smell like death right now? Like, it's fucking bad. Like, it's so bad. And it was Chinese food that was left underneath a pillow. Like, thank you, dick. You didn't let me know. And I was blaming it on her. And
so
shit.
Is this the second part of the story? Or?
No, it wasn't the second part. It was just kind of funny because that night. You know, because she's kind of like, she's adventurous, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, all right, well, you know, like, I have this crazy neighbor, so she's like, oh, dude, let's go up and, like, you know, knock on her door and see what she's all about. I was like, dude, why? Like, I don't know, man. I just like doing stupid stuff like that. I'm like, all right. Well,
who's this, your friend?
Yeah, like, yeah, my friend Tracy. I was working with my coworker, I guess I could say. And she's like, I don't know, there's nothing else to do. Let's just do it. I was like, all right, well, whatever. This party hasn't picked up yet, so. Yeah. Got time to spare. And I was like, well, you know what, dude, since we're doing this, I mean, we did that, and I don't think she answered. And there was, like, I think there was 2 other, like, alternative looking chicks that lived there, and I was, like, really into, like, punk, and, like, that kind of rocker chick look. And so I was like, dude, if we're doing this, like, let's go and invite some people then, you know, like, okay, we're already doing it. And so that's when I went to my next door neighbor, mm-hmm. the one that lives, like, literally right across from me. We share that wall. Mm-hmm. I go up to her door to knock, and she answers, and she looks, like, really fatigued. She's, like, extremely tired. I can tell she's not faking it, you know? No. And she's, I'm just like, hey, I'm having this party. I want to know if you know, want to come or whatever. And she was like, no, I'm sorry. I just finished exercising my apartment. My boyfriend put a curse on me. And I was just like, wait, like, I wanted to, you know, most men would have been like, dude, you're full of shit, and, like, fuck you. You could just say no. Yeah. But, you know, fast forward or no, rewind, you know, some time ago, and I was just like, dude, I was connecting, like, the flies with this chick, and I was just like, oh my God, dude, like, this is, like, I couldn't believe it. Like, when she said that, I was just like, dude,
now I know why all the flies were on my wall.
And why they're gone.
You should have asked her, like, did you have a flight problem?
Well, I mean, I was just, like, so creeped out that I was like, okay, bye.
You're like, oh man.
See ya. Have a nice trip to hell. Fuck.